In this episode of Talking About Orcs, I'm going to be going over the Gretchen and the Runtherds. And just like in the boys, these units have basically not changed at all. Gretchen are still the same stats. They're hitting on 5s in close combat, shooting at 4s, so same as they've always done. And Gretchen's in BS4. Strength and toughness 2, 1 wounds, 1 attack. Leadership 4, exciting. But they do have a save this time. They actually have a 6-up armor save, unlike before where they had no save. So they are the same with the same Grot Blaster. It's a pistol now instead of assault. Was it a pistol before? I think it was an assault one. So basically, they're still the same last pistols they've always had. Surprisingly, they have a new rule, surprisingly dangerous in large numbers. If the unit Gretchen includes 20 or more models, you can add 1 to their hit rolls. No, personally, I would probably never take a large unit of Gretchen. Runtherds is now a separate model. He's now a character. And he basically has boy stats, except with 4 wounds instead of 1. And 3 attacks. So, strength, toughness 4. Yeah, so he's kind of halfway between a boy and a knob. No, he's a knob now. Those are knob stats. Well, except for the strength. Yeah, he's still halfway between. So he has armed with a slugger, grab a stick, and stick bombs. Let's see, the grab a stick. He has a melee weapon, +1 strength, and gets 1 additional attack, like a choppa. Or you can replace the grab a stick with a grot prod, which is a strength +2, AP -1. See, Squig Hound, and he can take either a Grot Lash or a Squig Hound. Squig Hound is a unit composed entirely of Gretchen, which does not include Grot Gunners, I'm pretty sure. Let's find out. Let's see. Nope, they are Grot Gunners. Oh, they are Gretchen. Great. So it does apply to Grot Gunners. That's good to know. So they are Gretchen. Grot Gunners are Gretchen. So they do qualify for this. If a unit comprised entirely of Gretchen fails a morale test and within 3 inches of any friendly Runtherds with a Squig Hound, ignore that result. D3 models from the unit are slain instead. So the Grot Gunners can only be 2 or 5. Or can they? Let's find out. That might be wrong too. Let's see. Nope, there's no option to take more Grot Gunners. But anyway, so the mech guns, so we don't play the big guns because big guns only have 2 per gun, but the mech guns have 5. So Squig Hound could actually come into play if you're running mech guns. It's not too bad. Grot Lash, you can do that, or you can do a Grot Lash. If a unit complies entirely of Gretchen is within 3 inches of Runtherds with a Grot Lash, you can reroll to hits of 1 in the fight phase. In the fight phase, really, Gretchen shouldn't be in the fight phase. Ever. If the Gretchens are in the fight phase, you've already lost. So, now if that was reroll once to hit and shooting, that would be amazing. So now you got 30 Grots hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s. That would actually be worth doing. But in the fight phase, no. Grots should never be in the fight phase. So, I don't see why anyone would ever take that. But the Squig Hound, if you're running large units of Grots, the Squig Hound is definitely worth taking. Because I said, I lost half my unit. It's basically the same as the War Boss's ability for boys, except it's for Grots. So yeah, this is definitely worth, if you're going to be running large units of Grots, a Runtherds with the Squig Hound is almost a must-take to keep them on the battlefield. Let's go back to the War Boss. Well, the War Boss's ability would work too, because it's just a clan. There's no restriction to see if they have mob rule or not. Yep, so the War Boss's ability will work on Gretchen anyway. So, but if you're going to keep the Gretchen away from your War Boss, you can use a Runtherds to get the same effect, which is kind of nice, because Runtherds are pretty cheap compared to War Bosses. So. And unfortunately, then pretty much the prices haven't changed on either one of these. So They're still dirt cheap. Lots of bodies. So the question is, do you want to run Gretchen? In my opinion, there's almost no time I would rather run half as many boys as Gretchen. I'd rather take 15 boys than 30 Gretchen almost every time. The only reason to take Gretchen is if you need to fill up some troop slots in a detachment to get those extra command points. Then you can take a 30-point troop choice. And, you know, if someone actually does anything at them, looks at them funny, they're going to disappear. But if you're going to... So they're good for, you know, just sitting back on objectives, hiding, and those kind of things. But, again, if anyone even looks at them funny, they're just going to disappear, which could hurt in, you know, kill point games or kill unit games or whatever. So they are fragile, even more fragile than boys, simply because they are toughness 2, and so pretty much everything's going to be wounding on 2s except for las guns. And they're just really there just sit on objectives, just like they've always been. Even though, you know, that +1 to shoot with their las pistols sounds really good, they're not really going to have that many models still around when you get within 12 inches. So I don't think it's going to take effect often enough to even consider it to be an option. So if you're going to take Gretchen, just take them in the minimum units of 10, sit them on the objective, and enjoy the command point benefits you get for taking those Grots in those slots to get you. That's really what they're there for, to fill up slots to get your command points. But if you are taking large unit of Grots, having a run herd nearby, or if you're running mech guns, having a run herd nearby might actually give you a benefit in keeping those guys around. So that's it. Gretchen are the same filler they've always been. I don't really run Gretchen very often, simply because I don't find them to be point effective enough to qualify. Again, every time I'd rather take half as many boys. I'd rather take 10 boys than 2 units of 10 Gretchen. Almost every time. It's just they're just so much better. It's not even funny. But that's the way I play. A lot of people love Gretchen, and there's nothing wrong with that. They do fill a battlefield role. They're just not going to ever really kill anything significant. So if you're doing objective games or some sort of narrative play where objectives are important, then Gretchen are your good friends. But if you're really playing competitively, Gretchen are fillers for command point slots. And that's as far as they go. They're not going to be doing anything on the field as far as killing goes. I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree with me. Let me know what you think about Gretchen in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orcs. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.